All right, here we are. It's Drums for You at 2. It's 2 a.m. here in Cleveland, Ohio. And if you're with me, cool. I'm sure nobody's tuned in yet, but if you do come around, please chime in. Let me know you're here. Let me know if there's anything I can fix. I was trying to get this thing set up and the video froze up, so shoot me a line. Let me know if there's any trouble. And I think what we're going to do tonight is I'm going to do a play along, kind of the same format as the last one I did, a play along. Then I'm going to demonstrate something. I'm going to do some stickings, combinations of rights and lefts over a foot ostinato. And then I'm going to do a solo, and if I have the balls when we get there, I'm going to try to solo in 11/8. We'll see. I didn't practice it, but we'll see what happens. And then I'm just going to play a groove that you guys can steal if anybody wants to take it and overdub, any video and audio or whatever on it, if anybody wants to collaborate. If not, it's okay. I won't be offended. All right. Now, I just want to thank everybody who's been so kind. People have been very generous with their comments and, reaching out to me, about some things I mentioned towards the end of the last video. And I thank everybody for their support big time. All right. I want to thank everybody who hit the virtual tip jar. Now I actually have them all set in there. I know a lot of people don't use PayPal, but there's a PayPal, a Venmo, and a Cash App there. So don't feel you need to tip, but this is how apparently we're going to be making money for quite a while as musicians, right? So if you feel like you get something out of it and you want to throw something in there, cool. And if not, I love you guys anyhow. We're all going through our own things too, please. Sometimes the people who are the most generous are the ones who I wish hadn't, because I know they're not that good off on their own right now. They're in the same boat as me. So let's play some drums, man. Is anybody here yet? Let's see. Hi, Tracy Marie. Nice to see you, my friend. You gonna learn how to play some drums? I think actually you said you were already learning, so. All right. Well, we're going to dig in here. This thing, I may have mentioned before. Oh, a couple other things I got to mention real quick. Sorry, as usual. I'm going to plug the fact that I'm recording remote drum tracks for people's projects. So I actually just did one today for an amazing guitarist named Brian Poston. And he's writing some really cool stuff. His playing is amazing. So it's really a blast to be playing along with that and putting my 2 cents in. So that's a really good time. If you got projects that need drum parts, I'm happy to do it. Totally, I'm into it. Hit me up at my email, jimwallmail@gmail.com. I think I put at least put what it was in the description down there on this video. And then also I'm doing cyber lessons with people. So I'm loving doing the online lessons. I have a few new people who I'm going to get to know online via my wonderful friend Antea and Bill, who hooked me up with some people in Australia. So I'm going to go overseas via the internet, sadly. And I wish I was going for real. And then also, if anybody would be interested in going to check out my YouTube channel, I was trying to post a link to it in the description. Hopefully it does take you right there. Anybody who can subscribe to my channel, I'm really trying to get an audience out there, or at least look like I have an audience, so I can start to monetize and try to make some dough off of the whole YouTube thing, if that's possible. All right. So, and if you want to check out my website, it's jimwalldrums.com. Not only did I put some new things up there, I actually put the last 3 of these Drums for You at 2 things up there. So you can see those from my website as well. Commercial free, uncut. All right. I've been talking too long. I want to play the drums. Oh, so you can go to my my Spotify, which is Jim Wall Music, all one word, lowercase. And I have a playlist on there that's public. It's called Drum Play-Alongs. And there's probably like 600 different songs on there with the drums left out. Very cool for practicing and teaching. So this one is from FDT, which is Free Drum Tracks. And this is Gospel 004. It looks like 155 per minute, if you're counting, by Andre Forbes. And he did a really great job. He put all these tracks out here for you guys to go practice to. All different styles. He's got jazz, rock, fusion, gospel, funk. So go check it out. It's really a good time. And I'm really appreciative of him that he put that out there. That's really cool. It's a lot of work. All right. So nobody look. I'm going to hit my beer. Uh-oh. Not the virus. Not brought to you by the virus. Just Corona. Our Mexican friends. Okay. So this is Gospel 004. And then we'll move on from there. Anybody here? Oh, wow. I have friends. Cheryl Novak, awesome. You're another late night friend, always. And Tracy. Yeah, you can play a little drums. I bet you couldn't play the big ones. I'm just kidding. I would love to hear you play the drums. Did you play anything on your new record? Tracy has a new album coming out. And I know where she recorded it, and I know that she's been working hard on it, so check that out. And she's subscribed to my YouTube channel. Sweet. So when you're out there subscribing to my YouTube channel, Jim Wall Music, stop over by Tracy Marie's and check her out too. All right, enough talking. Here we go.
Hi, and thanks for checking out our collection of drumless tracks.
All right. So again, check that guy out. You can go once again. You can go to my drum play-alongs playlist on Jim Wall Music lowercase one word Jim Wall Music on Spotify. I don't get anything out of that. It's just I compiled all this stuff, so we all may as well go use it, right? Cool. So that's that. Anybody hanging up? Cool, Trace. Well, Tony Kazel, who's a very, very good drummer, played on Tracy's album, so you should check that out. All right, so as promised, again, I'm going to do a little demonstration of something I use to try to gain independence. So for those who aren't drummers, when we talk about independence, it's just another way of saying coordination, right? It's the ability of one limb or one or more limbs to do something independent of what the others are doing, right? So I think I talked about it on one of the previous episodes, if we want to call them episodes, about the drum book Stick Control by George Lawrence Stone. Let's see. There it is. So I'll try to hold this up to the camera. I don't know if you'll be able to really see it. Everything's backwards. Okay. I'm an idiot. Sorry. There we go. This way. There we go. I could never be the weatherman, obviously. Okay, if you want to screenshot it or something, you could always check out. We're just doing the first 8. Okay? That was a fiasco. Sorry about that. All right, I'm back. So what we're going to do, anytime I really want to get some independence over a foot ostinato, if you're wondering what a foot ostinato is, it's a repeating pattern that you play with your feet while you do other things with your hands. So a very common one, and maybe one of the easier ones to start with, is a bossa nova. So what we think of, most of us at least, think of as a bossa nova, has the foot pattern 1, 2, and 3, 4, and I don't think that bossa nova needs a tambourine. There we go. 1, 2, and 3, 4, and 1, 2, and 3, 4, and 1, 2. Okay, so if you looked at that page that I just put up there, or if you're familiar with stick control, or maybe you could order it, it's a bunch of stickings, and the first 8 to me are obviously the most important. And the other good thing about them is that you never have to hit 3 of one stick in a row. That'll really slow you down. The 2s are easy because you can use a bounce, right? But when you have to get 3 in a row, it takes a little more finesse. All right, so the first one is just right, left, right, left, right, left, right, left. So as long as you're a righty, that would be the most natural thing you could really play on the drums. Now, we can think of these notes on the snare drum for now as alternating 1/8 notes, and the bass drum's playing 1/8 notes as well, or quarters and eighths. So all right, or you could double that. You could think of the hands as 16ths and keep the feet in that same 1/8 note, quarter and 1/8 notes. All right, so that one's relatively easy. And now for you lefties, and a challenge for you righties is the same thing, but we're leading with the left now. Left, right, left, right, left, right. And some of us may be surprised how much the left hand and the right foot do not want to hang out together. They're almost like magnetically opposed sometimes. I've heard a lot of people play like while they're trying to actually hit them at the same time. Something about it. It takes a lot of practice for most of us to get that independence or that coordination together. So enough talking. Here we go. Or all right, Good. So then the next one is right, right, left, left. Right, right, left, left, right, right, left, left. Those of you who are drummers know that if you speed that up, it becomes an open roll or a double stroke roll where each stick hits twice. I'll just demonstrate that real quick. So if we put that, at one fixed tempo over the bass drum pattern, we get. Or all right. The next one, making logical sense in the order we've been going, is the same thing but leading with the left. Again, the left hand and the right foot have the challenge of getting to know each other here. So that would go like this. By the way, you can always split the sounds onto two sources. We're going to do that on the next one anyhow. But so that you can really make sure, first of all, that listening to it, if this is new to you, you're not making any mistakes. Secondly, it creates a little melody between the two instruments, so... All right, cool. So those are the, I don't want to call them boring. Those are like the very fundamental ground level stickings. Brought to you by Paul Newman's green tea. Good stuff. All right, now the next one is paradiddles. Right, left, right, left, left, left. Sorry if I'm boring you non-drummers. I don't know. We're just going to talk about these real quick. Probably about just a couple minutes on this, and then we'll go back to playing. So the next one being paradiddles, right, left, left, left. Now this is really where it gets to be more fun to split between two sound sources. A lot of times I would do something like this between my hi-hat and snare, but since I'm using my hi-hat on 2 and 4 in the foot ostinato, 1, 2, and 3, 4, and 1, 2. I really don't want to keep keep it opening up all the time while I'm trying to play the sticking. So we're going to go with the cowbell, good old cowbell. And you can also obviously move this all around the drums and have a blast with it. And that's eventually the goal, really, to be able to just cruise around and use this to create whatever melody comes through you. All right, so here we go. This is the paradiddle as eighth notes. Cool. So that's paradiddles. I'm just going to do 3 more real quick. The next one is my favorite, the diddle in the middle. I talked about it in another episode. Right, left, right. Left, right, left. And you notice, you heard on that last one, I don't have to probably even mention it, but I'm putting in accents now. Excuse me. Accents are notes that are louder than the other notes. For you non-drummers, or maybe if you just don't know, we have our main strokes that we try to, especially if we're recording, we try to get them nice and the same volume all the time. And then we have ghost notes. Ghost notes are when you barely hit the drum. It almost starts to blend in and almost sound like the hi-hat's playing it sometimes because it's so it doesn't get deep. It's very surfacey kind of crackle. So we'll stick with the one we're doing. Right, left, right, left. Right? But I can throw in accents, and accents are what makes music have, one of the fundamental elements that makes people have an experience when they listen to music. If I play the drums like Ben Stein doing a Visine commercial, and I just talk like this the whole time, and I never say any words louder than other words, etc. It's going to be very hard to pay attention after a while. It might be anyhow, I know. But if I start putting in accents and, hey, like I'm trying to sell you a car, those are accents, and that pulls the audience back in. And it just makes it sound groovier because then you have more levels. Like when you listen to a drummer and you're like, holy crap, it sounds like 3 people are playing, 5 people are playing. Well, what can help create that illusion is that one instrument becomes more than one instrument. You know, suddenly it's 3. It's the accented notes, it's the moderate notes, and it's the ghost notes, right? Also, I could hit rim shots. A rim shot's when you hit the rim with this part of the stick while you're hitting the drum head in the middle or around the middle, past the middle if you choose. At the same time, they hit like that. Right, that really cuts through, you know. When the guitar players crank up their amps too loud and nobody can hear you anymore, that's how you're going to get that snare drum through and help the people dance. All right, so throwing in some accents will bring your grooves to life. Here's this sticking with no accents. Here's with some. All right, so here's over our foot ostinato. Right? And 16th notes. Cool. So that's the first 6 in stick control. The other ones, I will run through them real quick. All right. I won't take so long this time. The next one is an inverted paradiddle. So it's like right, right, left, right. TV, Funhouse. And then left, left, right, left. Right. How would that be? That's right, you caught me. I reverted back to the other one, back to my favorite, of course. And then the last one is right, left, right, left. Then the reverse, left, right, left, right. Seems, pretty plain, but it creates a really nice little melody with the right hand. Sorry. All right, I wish I could cut that part out. So the rest of them are cool too, but like I said, some of them start to have like right, 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 left. It's great stuff to work on. It's just you're going to probably have to pick a slower tempo and then cruise through that. I really recommend it. So I do this with that that bossa pattern. 1, 2, and 3, 4, and. But then you could double that, and then you're playing like a samba. 1, 2, and 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2. Right? And you could go back through that whole thing. Those as eighth notes. All right, and so on. And then all kinds of foot patterns. Here's a paradiddle. So obviously I'm very willing to mess up in front of all my friends. Probably why I do this at 2 in the morning. I got 5 friends, though. Tracy. Oh. Sorry, I gotta scroll down here. Adam, dude, awesome, man. I love you, brother. Seriously. Oh, you can't hear me, Tracy? Well, I'm trying to talk in the mic and read this thing at the same time. Adam, I love you, dude. I'm so glad you're doing so much better, man. Keith Hanna, dude, I haven't seen you in an eternity, man. Way too long. I did see you. I saw you doing something on YouTube. It was either live or you uploaded it. It was sweet, man. I think you were playing some slide guitar. It was badass. Keith Hanna, I should have read further before I was nice to you. All right. Anyhow, the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to probably totally blow on this, but we're going to do drum solo, and I've decided I'm going to do it in 11/8. I don't know why. I didn't practice it. I promise. I should have maybe even set up a click track or something that was, there to help me count this, but we'll see what happens. Again, I'll delete it fast when we're done. Only 5 of you will have seen it. All right, so I'm going to try to do this. So for you, those of you who don't know what 11/8 means, it means an eighth note gets a beat and 11 beats in a measure. So if those of you know the Allman Brothers tune Whip and Post, it starts, the whole thing's not in 11/8, but it starts in 11/8. 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2. I decided I'm going to try to even make it more difficult here. I'm going to try it, and I'm going to get lost at some point. I can guarantee it. But I'm going to try to do 3 3 3 2 for the phrasing, and then flip that and do 2 3 3 3. So 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2 1 2 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2 3. If I played in Greek bands and probably klezmer bands and stuff, this would be nothing because they tend to use a lot of interesting time signatures that we don't mess around with too much unless we're into Prague or something like that. All right, let's see what happens. Probably try to keep it a little simple. Here we go. All right, did anybody count? Ah, Tracy, dude, Elijah, what's up, man? Holy shit, dude. God, I'm glad I didn't know you were watching when I was trying to play an 11. All right, man. So that's that. So what did we do? We did everything I was going to do except for Groove in 3 for free. It's a new special part of the show that I'm just adding right now. And last episode I just played some grooves in case anybody wants to snag them. They're yours. I wish the audio was better, over Facebook Live. I'm doing the best I can here with what I'm working with. But sometime later down the road, I might start actually recording this stuff while I do it. And if anybody wants it, the audio will be better. But for now, for cell phone stuff and just if anybody wants to play bass along with it or something like that, I'm down. So I am going to... These headphones I'm listening to, by the way, this is just hearing what you're hearing to make sure things don't go wacky and get some kind of distortion or whatever. I haven't been playing to a click or anything, but I'm going to plug into my board over here and put a click on just so the tempo is straight up if anybody wants to mess with this. And I'm going to play in 3, but a lot of times when we think in 3, we think of jazz waltz or something like that. I think 1E and a 2E and a 3E and a 1E and a 2E and a 3E and a is a really cool and kind of underused thing. One thing I love about it is if you listen to some African music, like there's a great album by Rai Cooder and Ali Farka Toure called Talking Timbuktu. And that first song on that, you guys should check it out. I forget what it's called. I probably can't pronounce it anyhow. Watch, it's probably like Allah. But if you listen to it, you could subdivide it in multiple ways. So you could think of it in 3, like I'm doing. 1E and a 2E and a 3 and 1E and a 2, like that. Or you could think of it, so that's 3 4s, right? 1E and a 2E and a 3 and a. What if you think of it as 4 3s? You get to hear my awesome singing. That's a bonus for you guys. You better hit the tip jar hard. And then you can also think of it in like 6 8. So if you can wrap your mind around that, go ahead and listen to that. Find the beat. Just start tapping. Find where you think 1 is, and try to feel a pulse in 3. Or actually, first find what comes natural to you. Where do you think the beat is? And then figure it out, and then see if you can start feeling it in different sections. It's really intriguing. So anyhow, a lot of rock situations, except for bands like Tool and stuff like that, and prog stuff, will use stuff in 3 4 in rock. But let's see what happens. I have no preconceived idea of what to play. Maybe I'm just stalling here, but I'm going to put the metronome on so it's at least in time. All right, here we go. There it is. 1 2 3 1 2. All right, sweet. So, Tracy, Elijah, anybody else who's out there, I appreciate you guys hanging out. Anybody who tunes in, I'm going to just leave this up on my page, and I'll post it to my, if anybody wants to check out my teaching Facebook page, it's Jim Wall's Percussive Arts Academy on Facebook. And I'll post it up there, and then also you can find it on my website if you ever want to watch it again and it's gone. That's jimwalldrums.com, and there's a whole separate section, Drums at 2 for you, that you can tune into. All right. Again, people have been so cool hitting the tip jar and stuff like that. I really appreciate you. This is a new and very interesting and challenging way to try to make a living, or at least get by until we can make a living again. So I thank you for that. Everybody look out for each other. People are getting pretty divided. A lot of people need to go back to work. They want to go back to work. And a lot of people, I don't want to make this political. Please don't chime in on that regard. But the main thing is we got to remember that, we're all in it together. We really are. If we all have to be safe, and we all have to be considerate of what the other people are going through. I saw that great thing floating on Facebook about we're not in the same boat. We're in different boats in the same storm, and that was really well written. We all have to try to understand each other, and even if we don't agree and we're outraged and we can't believe somebody's doing a certain thing, maybe they shouldn't be doing it, probably, but the fact is that they're still a human being in the space that they're in and going through what they're going through, and that's why they're doing what they're doing. All right, I don't want to get preachy. I totally love you guys. Everybody who's been so supportive with the kind comments and stuff, please, I'm looking forward to seeing other people's stuff. If you can go to my YouTube channel, Jim Wall Music, and like that. I got a bunch of stuff up there with Becky Boyd and the Groove Train, some stuff I did with Austin Sharon-Gott, and just different things I've done over the years. If you care, it's up there. All right, I love you all. Be creative. You got all this downtime, so let's use it. Let's try to come out of it a better person, or maybe just get the R&R you needed, man. If you were stressed out and life was overwhelming, now you get to step back and kind of regenerate, right? All right, be safe. Dude, before I split, Elijah, who's just a ridiculous drummer, man, I'm not going to tell him, I'm not going to sit here and spout off about the cool gigs you got and stuff, because I don't know. I'm proud of you. But, man, he used to come out to our jams with the Bad Boys of Blues at the Parkview years ago, and was just always a great drummer, man, but where he's gone is ridiculous. So check out Elijah Gilmore. I'm sure, he's commenting here, so if you want to check out his stuff, I'm sure you could click on his name and find out something about him and check out some of the amazing things he does. Amazing drummer, really, truly amazing. All right, I really love you guys. Have a great rest of your night, and that's it, man. Peace. Big love to you.